Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
Whew. It was a hot one, Lowry.
It was. It was.
I don't think I've ever not chatted with you the least amount of time before we started the podcast. This
video turns on, check your audio, get our clap in. It's time to go.
I will tell you, like, when I did TV stuff for, fuck, I don't even have that button ready to go. I'm not even there. When I did TV stuff in college.
Good for you.
That is sometimes how it would be, is like you'd get your mic on and it's like you don't have any checking or anything. So that very much reminded me of that. I started getting like antsy when I was looking at the clock. I'm like, oh shit, Larry's not here. We got 5 minutes. Oh shit. But it worked out. Hey,
Yeah.
This is episode 261. We're 5 years into this. We know how to do this. We don't even need to talk beforehand.
5 years.
Yeah. So I saw a lot of you this weekend. That was our guys' weekend got started up again since COVID. So that's been 2020, I think, is when we last did it, because it was right when COVID was 2020 is when we last did it. So that was fun. We got
Sounds right.
a shit ton of games in, board games in, lots of drinking in, Lowry farting, stinking up the whole cabin. Everybody farting, I should say, that Friday night.
No, it was mostly me.
Yeah. Well, I slapped number two from underneath the table. He was all the way across.
Right.
I farted, and then within seconds, he was like, who farted? No one else had done it, but it went underneath the table and got him somehow.
I basically watched the whole thing. I could see the fart moving underneath the table because I was waiting for it to hit me, and it did not. And he's on the opposite side, and then he almost fell out of the chair. It was impressive.
But you had the old doing it in the other room, and then thought it was gone, brought it in, stood there for a second, and Cole's just like, did you fart? You're like, oh, sorry, I thought I got rid of it. And you walked back out and sat on the couch.
I guess it's been a long time since I've had to like cut my farts. Like you fart, you start walking, and then you wave your arm behind to cut it off. I didn't do that.
Your tail.
It's been a while since I've had to do that. So my fault. My bad, guys. My bad.
So yeah, that was a good weekend. We got a lot of games in. Any noteworthy ones? I can think of two offhand that I like to talk about. There was the first night on Thursday. We got there, Trombley, myself, Jeremy, and Tyson. We played one game. It was fun, long. No, it was like an hour-long game. Got into the second game. The game ended because Jeremy was playing Mogus, and he played a card that every time you gain life, you lose life instead. And I was playing Duke, and I played Solitude. So that was how I was exiling stuff. And so I exiled, then I went to attack with my Solitude, exiled Tyson's guy, exiled Jeremy's guy, but he had a wall, which we made fun of him because of the comment that you made with walls.
Yeah.
And then everybody was at 3 life. So 3, and I was at 3 as well. No, I was at 5. So my 2 3s went and swung in and killed both of Trombley and Jeremy. The other 3, we figured out afterwards, actually, within seconds after we were like, oh, the game's over. It actually killed Tyson before I even attacked, because I killed his creature and he gained life, but instead he lost it. But then I didn't realize my guys had lifelink, and so I hit both Jeremy and Trombley for 6 damage. So it at the same point killed me. So it was a 4-way death, and I haven't seen like that. You normally have a tie where it's 1v1, last people or something.
Right.
But to have all 4 die at the same time was pretty crazy. And I didn't even. It wasn't like, I'm not going to win, so I'm going to commit suicide. It was like I forgot. If I gain life, I die.
You also die. And like lifelink isn't an ability, so it doesn't enter the stack, to my understanding. It's just damage in, damage out. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
And so that would be how I understand it. So there wasn't, you died with them. Good job.
Yeah, it was fun. And then the other one was with you involved with your Beamtown Bullies. God, those are that like fits its name. Like that card to a T. How you built that deck, and you've done this multiple times now, where you are making people skip 2 turns. Why don't you tell us how you do that there, Lau?
Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Beamtown Bullies puts creatures from your graveyard into play under an opponent's control. There's a big Leviathan artifact out there that when it comes into play under that, under your control, you lose 2 turns. But it's like a 9/8 flying trample. And I mean, that's a good card, right?
It is. I mean, you freaking did it to Cole.
And then I did that, and then I was able to destroy it, and he dealt 9 damage. And then I went around to David as he was just wrecking my board, and I gave it to him. And then I died.
He had Omnath, and that was brutal. Like, it took us, though. David took off. Well, Cole ended up coming back after his 2 turns and helping us stop Omnath. Omnath was going nuts. Oh, there you are. There's your light.
There we go. Yeah, I forgot about the light. See, came in hot.
Yeah. Omnath was just wrecking us, and he came back in time to tap his stuff down. And this was already turn 1 that he was missing. And we still needed both his turns off to kill Omnath. It was freaking crazy because you basically made people lose 4 turns total in that game.
Yes, because Cole lost 2, and then David lost 2, and then I was dead. I was just dead. It wasn't a very good deck. I don't worry about it.
Are you seeing this little weird thing that's popping
up?
Yeah, it's like you're all glitchy. What is going on?
I don't know.
This is the glitch episode for Lowry.
Great.
The funny thing is when
audio should be fine, at least.
Yeah, so hey, you audio people will be fine. You just got to see Lowry glitch in and glitch out. You're not. It's just doing this little weird bar on the bottom, which we're 5 years into this. Let's just keep it going with stuff that we have never dealt with before because we've never seen a glitch before. Okay, so this is episode 261, and what do we have in store for this episode? It's not going to be 2 hours long today. I promise. If it is,
I don't.
If it is, something's wrong.
We're talking about every basic land ever printed.
Right.
And we'll do that in 3 hours.
No,
we're going to talk about basic lands and how we're getting full arts and different versions all the time. And does that make them all less special?
Yeah. I mean, then they're going to go through like the timelines of everything.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Like I did the numbers today of like how many full art special stuff, and really Secret Lair kind of really makes that needle go a little bit further because Secret Lairs are throwing in special or basics all the time. But even if Secret Lairs weren't involved in it, it's still kind of crazy how they ramped that up. So we also have what is it, week 4? It is round 17, week 4 of Stump the Smith. So not only do we have Embercleave as one of the antes, but Lowry, what is the other card that the Stumper could potentially win? Is our new card is off our top 10
we are
list.
adding in a Venerated Rot Priest. So it's the one that has toxic one. It's a 1-drop, and if anybody targets it with a spell, it gives everybody else a poison counter.
Or no, you get to choose an opponent. You get to choose an opponent. You get to choose an opponent.
Target opponent gets poison counter.
And for
it's super good.
And it's not just for that one. It's for any of your creatures. If they get targeted by a spell, you can give a poison counter to any opponent. So those 2 are on the board. This week's Stumper is patron Ben Weber. So he's entered in a couple times. I think he may have won once, if I remember correctly. So this is going to be an interesting one. I don't
lose very often. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I don't get to play the button. I know what the card is. I just don't know the name. And then we finish up with staple verses. We're going to finish the Praetors in a way because we just got spoilers of new Praetors coming out, which in a few months.
It does look like we will get another cycle of
The
Praetors.
Yeah. So, but we're
We
finishing with
we have seen a new Jin Gataxius.
Yep. So, and what we are working on today.
But I think this does allow us to do another tournament of.
Oh, that's a good point.
The best.
Yeah.
Praetor.
You actually had
because
mentioned
there's going to be at least 15, and we can fucking add in.
Yeah.
Like a Trax or something.
If they don't finish the rest of them, like if they do them all, then we're golden there. Speaking of that, Lowry, and this is kind of.
It
says my video's looking crisp. I was worried. You said, Adam, your video's looking. I was like, oh no, what's wrong? Oh, okay, cool. You haven't seen it yet. It'll pop up in a second, Larry. Ted's just saying how sexy I look is what he just said. On-air production kind of thing here. Lucky. Should we start the next tournament next week? Now that we're going to be done with the Praetors, get going with that. So we're gonna start. What do we think? The 3 rock mono rock tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should do the 3 mana rock tournament. So we'll do a top 32 or maybe 16, but 32 of.
I think there's a lot of them. I think
3 mana rocks. There might be a lot of them, but there might be a lot of like, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, well, we'll see when we start putting that list together. Yeah, and we'll get the draft going next week, and then we'll start the tournament stuff going. Yep. So more voting for that, which I actually also wanted to say with voting stuff.
Also, interaction points. If you're on YouTube, you can write a comment on which 3 mana rock you want involved in this tournament, at least to be potentially drafted.
Right, that's a good point. We will look in Discord as well. Discord will probably get the tournament thing going there. So,
no, Discord has to write it here too.
That does get interaction on there. That's actually not a bad idea, though, Lowry.
Right.
So
Discord doesn't matter anymore. We're just pushing public social medias now.
Then all of a sudden we get off the live cast and it's like unsubscribed from Patreon.
No more patrons.
Okay, so but yeah, this week is Battle of Sheoldred. I'm gonna be honest with you, this might be your toughest battle this week because I've taken all the new ones. I think this one is by far, well, in my, like, out of doing this, I was like,
absolutely going to be a blowout in my favor.
Right. You could save the line for later until you've had enough to drink. Speaking of drinks, what are you drinking today? Look at that transition.
Same thing as last week. The FML from Stone Hazy Double IPA. Yeah, very tasty stuff.
I'm drinking the unchecked, that whatever word I couldn't say before, but that it's sticky toffee pudding. It's actually really good. Well, I was finishing up my dough ball cookie whiskey. So it was a cookie dough whiskey. That's what I had precast. So
sweet whiskey does not sound good to me.
It's all right. Yeah. It actually, I think.
Are you cutting it with pop?
Like, no, it's ice. But it does taste better with Diet Coke. Actually, I've had that when I first popped.
I mean, that's still like sweet on sweet. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
No.
Let's. He's just saying that because of what I said. That when I got mad at the Discord.
Oh, that's true.
Always voting for
Adam did call you guys that. I recall that now.
Discord.
How dare Adam say that?
Okay. We got our guys weekend in. We had a lot of the board games. We had Secret Hitler. We've mentioned it before. Sounds terrible, but it's a freaking awesome game.
Fantastic game. If you don't want to be talking about Secret Hitler, we played another one called Werewords, which is kind of similar, a little bit of a twist. Number 2 liked it better.
I liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. So I actually have it in I have it in my Amazon cart to pick that one up to play. But the problem is like both of those games are more of Secret Hitler you can't play with 4. Werewords you can play with 4. It's not as fun, but there's an option to play with actually 2 and 3. It said on the box, but it's a really good big party game. The more people you have, the better. Like I think Werewords can get up to 20 people playing it, whereas I don't think Secret Hitler gets that many. But I think it was like 10 or 15.
No, I think it's like 10.
10. Yeah, I think that was about right. So yeah, it was fun. We had like a mix of stuff where people were playing Commander. And then, some people were getting commandered out. So they're like, let's play some board games. So you had that going on while commander games are going on. And then typically by late night, by 11, 12 o'clock, everybody's like, all right, what board game are we going to? And then we played that for the rest of the night. Turned into a lot of fun. So let's get to the cast. Oh, God, we're already at 16 minutes. That's crazy. It goes that fast.
know,
Was there anything else you want to talk
we
about?
talked about farts for like 6 minutes. I do want to say, upgraded Circassia and had a really fun game against Cole in number 2.
Oh yeah, I wanted you to talk about that one, the million thing.
Number 2 was kind of starting to crush us, and I had self-milled myself down to 6 cards. And he was gonna deal us. Number 2 was gonna deal me and Cole like 40 damage a piece. I'm like, you know what? Let me just surveil and see if there's something that can. I'm not thinking right. And I pulled off the prismatic strands that allows me to tap a white creature and prevent all damage from a color of my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I say green, no damage is dealt. And then the next turn, I'm able to reanimate my entire board, but some of the upgrades self-milled me. And
what was it that self-milled you? Like, that's what I was like, you were like,
Emery.
Lurker of the Lock? Because the
yeah. So I only had 6 cards, right?
Yeah.
Drew down to 5, milled 4, and I think in that meantime I had done like everybody draws a card, discards a card type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I ran out of cards. And
but wait,
once I brought everything back from the,
how did you get down to that point? That was just from you surveilling the whole time?
Yes.
That's crazy.
And so I had one that was able to surveil 3 times. Oh, enough.
Yeah, when you were telling it, I was just like, because we were in the middle of the game and I couldn't wrap my head around how did you surveil in a 3-person game that many times? You know, I was just like, you had to have some combo or something, but you surveilled. That's crazy. But then finish what happened.
The enchantment that surveils adds 2 on allowed me to just run through my deck because I wasn't caring, other than like when I got get to my mass reanimate, then I do the draw discard, make sure it ended up in my hand, and then just keep on surveilling. But yeah, then milled myself out, but it wasn't I didn't have to draw anymore, but I had an Esper Sentinel in play, and then I had uncut this, like whenever a blue creature becomes tapped, draw a card and discard a card. So I have to extionate all of my blue creatures. And I can't have Cole or number 2 cast
any
non-creature spell.
Yeah,
or else spell. And so number 2 goes to cast Boros Charm. So I stack on top of that Null Mage Shepherd, and which is tap 4 creatures, destroy an artifact or enchantment, and just machine gun the board of artifacts and enchantments, and then die from drawing a card.
Well, now backing that up, couldn't you have done that with Esper Sentinel? Destroyed your Esper?
The trigger was already on the stack.
Oh, so yeah, you were gonna have to do it no matter what. Yeah. You couldn't respond to that.
So even if I had gone to go destroy it, he could have done it and killed me.
Right.
So there wasn't any real way around that.
Yeah.
And then I started figuring out I have Hall of Heliod's Generosity and the blue artifact version of that puts an artifact or enchantment on top of your library.
Yeah.
But they were both in the graveyard as well. And so if they were in play, I could have potentially put an enchantment or artifact on top of my library that was empty.
Yeah.
To draw a card and not die. But
yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah,
I was that
was an interesting
surprise that I could even had a shot.
Black Horizon wrote, is it worth including some stuff that reshuffles, the automatic stuff, but that's the first time you've been that close to going through your whole deck. That doesn't happen with that.
And it had been the first time I had done anything with the upgrades. So it's more I should just know that I don't want to go down to 6 cards. Stop at maybe 15.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a lot more, a better chance.
Right. Because Surveil, you have the option to do it. You don't have to keep milling yourself out.
Right. Yeah. But half the point is to just load up the graveyard and then have
bring it all back.
Bring backs of land and creatures. And so if I just make sure that I have more cards in my deck, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Because the point is not to self-mill, and I'm not a lab man player. I don't have Jason there. Because that could have helped, right? I can
if you cast that, then you're got the game won right there.
Yep. I could do that, but that would feel probably too close to combo for me.
Right.
So that's just what it is. But it was a fun deck. I'll update the Mox field if you want to go check that out.
Cool.
And then
Sweet.
Go
Yeah,
from
it's
there.
weird.
It was fun.
Chat wise, you guys, Lowry's probably not going to, I'm going to have to relay stuff until it pops up on the side. We're having all sorts of issues on 261. Lowry has glitchy video and chat is just, I can see you guys talking on the side, but it's not popping up on the side. So I'll try to relay things as I see them if you're talking to both of us or Lowry or whatever. So, all right. So that was this weekend. Let's get to the actual podcast. Let's get to the tags. One thing we have to mention is we do have a new patron this week. There we go. New patron is Joe Flavin.
Welcome to a meat forest.
That sounds like a fairy tale of a meat forest.
Thank you for becoming a patron. You could become a patron just like Joe by donating $1 or more. That gets you into the Discord, gets you chatting, gets you playing games with us, potentially live games and all that. We're trying to do that once a week. We just, now that we had Guys Weekend, that's in the back burner. Now we can get back on our regular scheduled program. Oh, there goes all the chat stuff coming flying through there.
I'll read. I don't have to pay attention to you. I've heard this before.
$5 or more gets you proxies each month if you so choose. And if you get higher on those tiers, you can get foil proxies as well. The other financial way to support the show is on this live cast. You can make us take this disgusting Malort by donating money there. Or you can do beans. We have the Bean Boozeled beans. During other streams, we'll have the hot beans. It depends on which streams those are on. Normally, it's ones that we don't have to be talking the entire time because those can really wreck us a bit.
Right.
But that is another way to support the show. So if you don't want to become a patron, or if you are a patron and you want to donate more, everything it gets fed back into the show. So we actually have a bigger announcement, which is going to be a surprise for Lowry next week as well.
It is.
He knows what it is, but all right, there goes the example of we're taking shots. Samson is making us take Malort. I didn't think it was going to happen this week. I was like, I didn't see Josh pop up.
I had
there.
a good shot.
All right,
No
Malort.
I feel
this
bad.
week.
I'm having 2 wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow from the dentist at 8:30 in the morning.
Wait, can I?
They're gonna smell Malort on my breath.
Wah, wah, wah.
So like Matt Sampson just did right there, he had donated to make us take some Malort shots. So that is also the way. And by the way, we did get SmithCon 2023 has been booked, and it is for June. What is it? June 8th, 9th, and 10th ish. It's 8th, 9th or whatever, 9th and 10th.
Something like that.
So that weekend, and everything that gets donated on the live cast, so anytime you're making us take shots or beans and all that, goes towards that. It took us months to get back to even from last SmithCon of 2022. So yeah, thanks buddy for for the shots. This is going to be awesome. So all of this, the donating on the live stuff, it's going right back in, and that we pay for a lot of the stuff there, or it's really from you guys donating and everything. Last time we got, how many pizzas did we order? It was like 20.
Too many?
Yeah, because
many.
we were like dealing out pizzas to people. Like, hey, do you want to take these 3 pizzas home with you? Because there was so much pizza.
We're walking up to people on the corner and being like, "Hey man, you want some pizza?"
Well, I remember I had to throw away, and it felt rude.
You threw away shit?
Oh, okay. Colby Kennedy got us a bean. We got to do a bean boozle too. So
Okay,
thank
that's
you,
5
Colby.
beans.
Yep.
5 beans.
Yep. So we got beans there.
Is that him becoming a patron?
Oh no, that's him pledging. That
still counts towards beans, but
yeah. Yep. That was 1 bean for that. Wasn't that what it was when we decided if you became a patron? Or is it $5?
I think it just went towards
5. Okay. Yep.
Whatever it is. It's kind of a double dip.
Yep.
If you do it during the stream.
That's right. Making up rules as we go. That's how we do it. I just finished off a bottle of Malort, by the way. That is the end of that one. So I will add it to my shelf. Like Lowry's behind him. You see he has 4 wounded, not even wounded soldiers. They're just dead ones back.
They're just empty.
Yeah.
Just empty.
So yeah, so all the donation stuff that you guys do on the live stuff will go right directly into SmithCon 2023. And if you can't make it, I mean, it is a patron thing. But if you can't make it, that's fine. You're just helping us so that we're not going so in the hole for months and months and months. So that we are much appreciated with that. Okay, so that is the financial way to support the show. Let's take a Malort shot right now. I'm in the middle of it.
We're doing the Malort.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is
Samson.
Thank you, buddy.
Cheers, my man.
Ugh. Gross. Ugh. All right.
That was.
I hope you're there in a Speedo there, Renshai. Ugh. Okay, so yeah. SmithCon 2023.
We don't do hot beans on the cast anymore.
On the cast, we don't.
So
do
that's
it.
just five
Bean Boozled gross beans.
Bean Boozles.
We'll mix those in. Just the reason for it is the hot. Even though the Malort sucks, we can recover from it within 20 seconds or so. The hot beans, if you got a bad one, there's sometimes it takes 5-10 minutes to recover from. So
it's like a 10-minute recovery.
Yeah, so we ex-nayed that once we were getting our asses kicked by it. Okay, so yeah, so that's a financial way to support the show. Free way to support the show is to jump on YouTube and subscribe. We are getting more and more subscribers. We're getting close to that 1,000 goal of 1,000 subscribers, and we have that 1K giveaway of all that stuff. We got a lot of people. I love the way, and I don't know if you've seen the comp. Oh, God, this fucking Malort.
Yep.
It doesn't go.
You'd think a weekend of drinking could help it.
Yeah, I know. Many people up there asked us if we brought you asked me if I brought the Malort up. I was like, no, I'm not bringing that shit.
I know that'd be the problem. I wanted everybody else to have it, but
I didn't want to get drunk.
It would have just ended up being us.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? Oh, the 1K giveaway. So we got a lot of unique entries on that. It's pretty funny. People are like, what was the one? Today was my girlfriend said my playmat is wobbly, and I don't know. It was a dick joke, but then it was entering playmat. So a lot of people, like almost everybody is doing that now. They're adding a sentence and then doing what they're entering. So it's pretty awesome how unique people are being with those entries. But yeah, so free way to support the show is subscribe. That's all you got to do. If you're listening right now and you have not subscribed, or you haven't made like 6 other YouTube accounts and subscribed, do it. Because once we hit 1,000, we give all this shit away, and there's more than 1,000.
Do you think that'd be like YouTube fraud if you made a lot of accounts? Right. Is that what happens?
It gets us over 1,000. I don't know. You can enter in on all of your accounts, and then there's a better chance that you could win.
That's also true.
Just saying.
Matt,
you could do it.
Matt from the Discord has a good job with that, like having his wife listen.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so you can enter in, and once we hit that 1,000, there will be a week that we give you a warning to enter in for all the ones that you want to win. And then we are going to do the drawing. Also, just a little hint, become a $5 patron before that time. And if you haven't, it's different than our previous drawing stuff. You have to be a current $5 patron. So if you haven't already gone through being a patron, like if you just subscribe that day, you won't be in the drawing for the Discord stuff. So there's special Discord stuff. One from a donation from Josh D. Renshai donated one of the secret layers, the Street Fighter secret layer that's up for grabs. And then we also have the 30th anniversary that we're doing as the bonus for patrons as well. So highly recommend. If you aren't a patron,
I don't think we've said that before.
I don't think I did either. Yeah, that's the first time saying it.
You just fucking spoiled it.
Fucking spoiled it. I spoiled it.
Don't worry about it. Don't repeat it.
Well,
that's fine.
So, but $5 patrons.
That feels like what my son is like. I wanted to say it and I stopped myself, and I'm like, okay, don't say it. I know what you're gonna say, but I really want I want to say it, but I stopped myself. I'm like, good job. Don't say it.
And then he says it.
And he's like, stupid. You're taking a nap.
I wanted to say stupid, but I didn't say it. That's pretty much what it is right there. Well, it's been 2 months since we put this whole thing together, and I forgot that I didn't say it or not yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's fine.
Are you going to cut that out in the audio, you think? Or are you going to keep that?
I'll try. I'll do a beep.
Yeah.
Silence. I'll do a silent.
And then they'll check the YouTubes to see what the actual giveaway is.
Probably not. We'll see like a 5-person jump on views.
But yeah, anyways, just highly suggest you become a $5 patron if you're not a patron. And if you are a patron, I highly suggest, we're getting towards the end of the month, bump it up to, if you're $1, go up to $5. Just go up to $5, at least until we hit that 1,000. And then if you want, bump it back down to $1. We appreciate if it's at $5, but this is just to benefit you because you're going to win some stuff. Okay, so that is YouTube. YouTube, we have a lot of stuff on there. Not only just the podcast is live. Yeah, I'm going to burn through this really quick. I want to know what your curated MTG is. Curated MTG 2 times a week, but what is your tomorrow's curated MTG for Tuesday?
I don't know tomorrow's.
What was your Saturday's curated?
That's going to be that was Saheeli Rai,
right.
Planeswalker that deals 1 damage to each player, opponent, and then you can describe one, or it makes a copy. You can like minus the ability, make a copy of a creature you control. It has some combo potential. I don't mention that in the video because we don't play combo, but I talk about some decks that it can go well in.
Sweet. So the biggest thing,
and it's only in like 3,000-4,000 decks on EDH Rec. So yeah, it should be in more.
I think that's one of the ones I'm considering for my Spotlight deck for Uritet. Speaking of that, Spotlight this week, Wednesday, I'm doing Uritet, but it's going to be a Super Friends deck. So it's going to be a mix of the probably about 15 or 20 Mirror, maybe, and then about 15 or 20 Planeswalkers. I'm tearing apart my Atraxa deck, which I haven't played in, I don't even remember the last time I played it, because there's tutors galore in that bad boy. When I was looking through what Planeswalkers were in there, first of all, there's like 75% better Planeswalkers out than when I made that deck. Like the ones that are in there is bad. And then there was like 5 or 6 tutors, and I was like, wow, this was bring me back to when we played tutors. Do I have the fart button ready there? But yeah, so Spotlight deck on Wednesday. It's probably gonna be around 9:30, so a little bit later start because I have volleyball that night. I'll get home and then we'll get that one going live. So we have Spotlight decks, we have battle boxes, we have, what else do I have? I'm just trying to list it really quick. Curated MTG, already mentioned that. What card gets you hard? Gameplay videos and just the tips. So there's tons of videos just by subscribing to the channel. So highly recommend you do that because it helps us as well, and you get to see some cool shit. The other way you guys can kind of support us is check us out on Twitter. That's where you can see everything that we are doing live, everything that we are posting throughout the week. Anything we do will pop up there as well. So it's Twitter, do whatever Twitter does. Best to be on the Discord, but if you can't be on the Discord, follow the Twitter. That's the best way to keep in touch with us. You can send us a direct message us there, or you can shoot us email at commandersmiths@gmail.com, and that is where you can send the suggestions for this. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant.
You want to do one of these beans?
That's a good idea. It's bean time, or did you want to do a second Malort shot to get you all lubed up? All right. Yeah. I got, this is going to be popcorn or eggs, I believe is what it is. Who was the one that did that? Yep.
I don't know. Toothpaste or berry blue? That's a win-win for me. That's toothpaste. It's not good. No, it's fine.
That's such a fail. I was like, that's such bullshit.
I'm sure I ate toothpaste as a kid. I'm pretty sure. I'd say Crest. This is Crest.
All right. If you guys don't know how Stump the Smith Savant works, I am going to read the flavor text of a card, and Lowry is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes, he'll hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no, he'll hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
If he gets up to 5 wrong guesses, he is considered stumped. And our stumper this week is Ben Weber from the from Patreon. Is he on the? I think he's on the Discord too. No, he's on Patreon. He has to have a different name on Discord. Whatever. There's so many people on there. Sometimes
it's such a rocking party.
But if Ben is able to stump Lowry, he will win both of these cards, which is Embercleave.
Right.
And you got yours there? You show that one? Are you concentrating?
No, I've never had to figure out. I've never had to do this before.
And the other one is, what is it? Venerated Rot Priest?
Venerated Rot Priest.
So those two are up for grabs. We have changed the rules on Stump. The card has to be in at least 10,000 EDH Rec decks, so we've doubled the amount of decks. But we've also giving away stuff more frequently. Up the frequency, Kevin? Yes, we've upped the frequency because we are, instead of every 4 weeks, we are now every 3 weeks after adding a second card in. Let's see. If Lowry, he gets up to 3 clues. If he can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he will get the initials. If he still has 1 clue left, he will get a bonus, really big freebie clue. I think that is it. And here we go. It's really short, like last week, and in my pants. He's
just
mastered,
like last week.
Yeah, it's my life. He's mastered the art of sleight of hand.
Ooh,
He's
I do know this one.
mastered the art of sleight of hand. Whoa, back it up. Can't even read. Get that button ready. He's mastered the art of sleight of land. Not hand, sleight of land. And also, thank you.
She can't even read.
The chat has been eliminated on the YouTube stream, so Lowry cannot see that, but you guys can play along and see if you can get it before Lowry does. And I will let you know if you get it. If you're close, I will also let you know on that. If you're on the right track.
Mastered the art of sleight of land. What could this be? I mean, it says he has mastered. So let's say that this is the permanent card.
Is that your question?
Yes.
Hello, boobies.
All right. I mean, sometimes
Wait, Yarnaman, tip a drink, long time listener, first time watcher, bottoms up. Hey, from Canada. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
We're gonna have to mark
Yeah,
that
I'm
one
on
down
15.
for next week, because we're gonna hit our 3 max with Samson today, or we could push one of Samson's over too. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same thing.
yeah, since he's watching right now.
Yeah,
well,
we'll
yeah.
get one of yours on the next one, and Samson will push one of your 3 into next week. So thank you, buddy. Thanks for the donation of gross Malort. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, super.
Love
pleased
it.
with that. God.
God damn.
Okay. Is it okay? So we know it's a permanent. That's about it. Land, sleight of land could mean what? It's unlikely to be black. Sleight of land might be like tricky. So like blue, maybe. I mean, green seems right. Red, also unlikely. So is this green or blue color identity?
Hello, boobies.
All right, can I get a first clue, please?
The art features a crouched, potentially blind man with cupped, outstretched hands. I can't tell if he's blind. There's something with this that why I say that. So, the art features a crouched, potentially blind man with cupped, outstretched hands.
Outstretched hands, maybe
Separate.
blind.
Let me rephrase that. Separated. I thought I would separated. Separate your hands. There you go. Outstretched hands. Cupped. Outstretched hands.
Okay. Now I get to look at myself. I had
Oh,
frozen
Black
on my own.
Horizon's on the right track.
Is this a creature card?
Hello, boobies.
You're getting all the hello boobies in there. You're doing good with the boobs. You motorboating son of a bitch.
What's that from?
Wedding Crashers.
I never
You
saw
old
that.
sailor, you.
I might have seen that clip though. I've been on TikTok long enough.
Yeah. You're the TikTok king. I forgot to mention that. We're on TikTok too, guys. Check us out there. Especially the
Yeah.
shorts.
It just seems like a goofy sentence, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like it-
Well, because I thought it was sleight of hand,
Yeah.
the entire time. He's mastered the art of sleight of land. See,
Land.
I can't even. Lord,
What?
oh,
what is this?
You're close, Black Horizon. Yeah, you got the first word right.
There's only one card that's in my head. Let me
Yes, Renshai has the right initials. Renshai, you can guess at this point. I think everybody's been along. There it is, Black Horizon. Got it.
Can I get a second clue, please?
Yep. Okay. The text features discard, sacrifice, and double ramp.
Oh, I do know this. Shit.
I know it. Damn it. I hate that I know it. It's just, is it the, I know what it is. I just don't know the name. I need to cut that part. I don't know what.
Yep. Okay, so original set is Planar Chaos.
That is. Whoops.
Hello, boobies.
Sorry.
Casting cost is 1 and a blue.
Hello, boobies.
It's a human spell shaper.
How the fuck do you know that, but you don't know the name?
Hello, boobies.
I didn't until I read that. No, listen.
Look,
This isn't
Judge the Smith Savant.
I'm just saying. Until literally when I was reading that now, I was like, "There's no fucking way he's gonna get the second creature type of this." I was like, "He's got human, but spell shaper." I was like,
Right.
"Yeah, there's no way." Okay, keep going.
Okay. Power toughness is 1/1.
Matt Sampson says, "Phone a chat instead of phone a friend for you." One of your
Hello, boobies.
And the name is okay. Maybe it's coming to me here slowly. I'll take. Okay, so if I take the third clue,
You can't
I'm not
get the
going to get
bonus
that.
initials. Yeah.
I'll still get the initials, right? I just won't get the bonus clue.
Right. Yeah, you would get the.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably don't need.
No, I don't
have-
think you need the way you have it. That's not none of that other stuff's gonna help because it's Dex. It's when it's first printed, which you already told me, and it's the most printed deck that it's in, like what most uses this. So
Okay.
you're better at getting at
Okay.
what the card does, and you have 5 guesses. You have 0 wrong guesses at this point.
Yeah. So
So let me read.
You
Let
need
me
to-
read the text again, really quick, so you can get that part. The text features discard, sacrifice, and double ramp.
it's not really double, but so you need
a
to discard
way.
a card.
You,
Hello, boobies.
Yeah, I'm piecing it out.
Okay.
Sacrifice a land
Hello, boobies.
and go and get 2 basics,
Hello, boobies.
and then you have to.
yeah, I want the cost.
Yeah. I know it taps. I want the boobies.
Hello, boobies.
And then the cost is it 2 and a blue?
Hello, boobies.
The initials are DA.
I'm a dreamscape artist.
There you go. Wait, hang on.
Hello,
Hello,
boobies.
boobies.
Bow.
Good job. You got there. Hey, that's a 0 wronger right there. That was that doesn't happen very often. Unless it's
Golly,
like
that
one
was
of
a
the-
hard one though.
No, that's what I'm saying is like normally when you have a 0 wrong, you get it in before I even give you a clue. It's like you know the card. This was a 0 wrong with guessing the right stuff. Right stuff.
Yep.
You kept
The
guessing
right stuff.
Yeah, you kept guessing everything right, and you didn't have anything wrong with it. So that was good. That was the first time I've seen that in a while.
You almost got me, Ben, but not
all right,
really.
so Ben,
I got lucky.
you can send us that card if you want, signed and all that stuff. If you want, you can send us 2 of them, and then they will make the wall that is
How many
Right.
decks is this in?
right over there. It is an 11,000 EDH rec dex.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And let me see what else. I had 11,000 EDH rec decks. And what was the deck? I can't even see where I'm at now. The deck, most seen in deck and Black Blade, because you got everything else about the deck. So
Okay.
all right. So, and then,
highest percentage.
yeah.
That's what you do, right?
Yep. Well, I switch it off. I sometimes one of the newer decks will take over because it's being put in a bunch of those. And so
Okay.
I'll look for high, like I want you to be actually to get a clue. So Dakin was going to help you a little bit because it was going to say, you know, it's about lands, a lands matter deck. So 10,001 what it meant. All right. So that is that. Oh, we should do our Malort shot. Let me get the wiener. Hang on a second.
Wiener.
Yanamon, it is Lowry.
Hey, Smith.
Not Larry, but that's okay. Do not feel bad.
No, because you have been on shows that are called Larry, not Larry. People have the biggest difficulty saying Lowry. Larry.
There was one time
Lowry,
I went to
Rory.
Applebee's and I put my name down as like, you know, as you're waiting. And they're like, Lowry, you have a table? And I'm sitting there waiting. And I think I was with Grant and maybe somebody else. And we had been there for about the right amount of time. And then you start seeing people that work there crowding around the podium and then them like waving other people over and they're pointing and Lowerly.
Lowerly.
Yeah, I've had that from multiple people. Like the elevator. I don't know where
it's your name for some reason out of everybody I know gets mixed up. Right. Although the funny thing is you and your wife have the two names that I hear mixed up the most out of anybody because it's Kristen, Kristen, you know, like I don't know why, but you guys married each other just because your names are fucking confusing.
It is because it was meant to be. Yeah, because Grandpa calls her Kristen.
Yeah, he does.
There's not an R at the beginning at all. So I don't know.
I don't even think you know her name because you always just text me, yeah, Kay is working on blah, 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 blah. It's like, nah, he doesn't even know his own wife's name.
No. Okay. So third date, I'm like, how do I say your name? I took a stab. I was like, is it Kirsten or Kirsten?
Kirsten.
And she's like, it's Kirsten. It was the first one you got, but it's German.
Yeah.
And so I got lucky. I got lucky.
Oh yeah. First date. Way to go, buddy.
No, it was third date.
Buzzing.
It was third date that I had the balls to ask.
Oh, nice. And you got lucky. Lucky. Yeah. All right. We don't have a segment name. So I remember I made that fun button. Where is it?
Here you go, AJ.
No. Remember I made the button that's that. Well, yeah, you say that. That's right. Go ahead. Do it again.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. No, you say your thing.
Here you go, AJ.
I don't want a relationship. I just want bang, bang, bang. I don't want
the segment name.
I just want bang, bang, bang.
Because we don't have a segment name.
Still need me to say it.
Yeah. You need to say
segment name.
There you go.
It works. It's perfect in there.
All right. So what is our topic? What let me get the card preview here because we're gonna want to see.
Were we supposed to take another shot of Malort?
Oh, we should do. Oh yeah, I did do the wiener. I did that. And then we'll do this. Okay. Let me get off of here.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up our basics.
This one's gonna be from Yanamon.
Okay, let me get
from Yanamon from Canada. And I can tell you that Larry really appreciates it. That's my
alter ego when taking Malort.
It's my alter ego when I take Malort. So that's why it works out.
Yeah, it does. I think we should chase it with a bean because I think I'm gonna want to chase it with a bean. Because booze doesn't do anything.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
A bean chaser.
Samson, I will in light of that, I will get Mountain out for you. Because I also like mountains and we will go with mountain stuff.
Go suck a Cadbury egg.
Hey, Cadbury eggs are amazing, and
yeah, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that you suck the insides out.
They're delicious. Did you see? Dana Roach responded today?
I saw Dana Roach's response. Yes,
like that was pretty funny. He's like, I thought it was all chocolate, and I took a big bite of it, and I haven't had it since I was a kid. I don't know what kind this is. Booger or juicy pear. Oh wait, we're doing the shot first because I want to chase it with that. but that's what's going to be mine.
Yep.
You ready?
Shot. All right.
All right.
Yanamon, appreciate you.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, here we go.
I didn't do that right. There's like a way to do this.
Yeah, normally I let it sit in my mouth for a little bit. And then I'm going to eat my bean right now. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow.
And that's a booger, too. The booger doesn't taste that bad compared to the...
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yep, that's a booger.
All right. I have 2 pink ones. I'm going to have one of them right now. Colby, appreciate you becoming probably a patron. We're not 100% sure, but we think so. And we'll hit the button next week if we see it.
Ugh. Okay. So
I think I got lucky.
Lucky.
Well, I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Like Malort fucks with my taste. Like it doesn't taste like a peach, but it doesn't taste like barf.
See, Matt Sampson said, "Always suck the insides out." I don't know if he's talking about Cadbury
What
bunny
do you
eggs.
mean?
I hope that you're,
Well, he
you're
might
in
be-
agreement with what I'm saying, or if you're just saying if you're being dirty. Which
He might
then I
be
agree.
an alien from the movie Aliens.
See,
Just a guess.
I like to bite the top and then stick my tongue in there. It's not necessarily sucking because you can't really suck it out. So I probably said it wrong because it's enclosed. So if you tried to suck it and do that whole like suction cup thing, so
That might have been barf. I think that was barf now.
Same thing
I don't understand my taste buds after Malort. It's so fucking weird.
You can't taste beer. Pets' heads are falling off. It's just fucking gross. Okay. I'm going to get away from Cadbury bunny eggs. All right. So what we're going to talk about today is kind of what stemmed it is Phyrexia, All Will Be One, had 3 different basic, I would even say, because doesn't each one like Mountain have, okay, so here's the Phyrexia ones. Oh shit. I got to minimize this so everybody can see the ones that I'm talking about on the.
Can you type in, take out the bad arts, and then it'll reduce?
Let's see. I'm shrinking it down. Oh, now you can see our. Nope, that didn't work. Now you can see my audio. See that, guys, back there? Oh, now I'm grabbing the timer. Get out of there.
Hello, boobies.
All right. All right. So, Phyrexia All Will Be One has 3 different full arts. So this flarts is what we like to call them.
Flarts.
Sorry, I still have booger in my teeth.
Yeah, no. Barf in my teeth.
So this is what kind of stemmed it because they're all cool arts. Like this is the one that's coming out later this March with the what is it? The bundle, the completed bundle. Then you have this fantastic one with the Phyrexian. These I love so much. And then you have the ones that are panorama. So the mountain, the island, all of them fit together.
I did not know that.
Side by side, yeah. So each one bleeds into the next one. So you have this cool panorama of each one of these. So what we kind of were like, what the fuck? There, like I was having a discussion with number 2. So this is number 2's kind of idea. As we were having a discussion, I think I threw it out to him. I was like, are they even special anymore? And then we kind of were going back and forth. And he's like, hey, that'd be a great segment idea. I was like, you are right. Let's do it. So got in the notes, and here we are. We figured this would be the best time to talk about it. Let me go through the history of full arts, special arts, and then we can kind of have a discussion afterwards, kind of breaking all this down. Okay,
I will be silent.
You chime in on all these because this is what
Why?
I want to. Because
you want me to be like, oh, I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because there is ones you're gonna want to jump in on. So, do you know when the very first unique art was made? I'm pretty sure you probably know. Right?
Unglued.
Yes, Unglued. 1998, Unglued was the first one. The next one,
the Illuminati one with the huge brown border and then a diamond in the middle of the art.
Then Unhinged, which was 6 years later.
Pinnacle. That was the pinnacle of Basic Lands for years.
Yeah. So then that was 04. So that was, and then we get into a standard set for the first time. not until 09. So that was Zendikar was our first ones that popped in there. And that's when it first like got me. Because you remember like we were kind of doing Puka Trade then or shortly after that. No, I mean not then, but like after that. But yeah. That's when I started like, oh, I want to collect those arts. I like the full arts. I didn't care about basics until that point. Zendikar is when it started going, oh shit, there's some cool basics that we can use. Then you have the next ones is Battle for Zendikar. So BFZ.
Well, I do want to say Zendikar was the first time before I did not match my basic lands. I did not care about them one iota. Zendikar came out and John Avon has, a cycle of each, 1 of 5 and then everything else I could get my hands on. That's what made me care about basic lands and like match them and become OCD about it.
Right. So, I really want this to, I wish I was showing, that's how
it's way too hard to find.
I don't want to go through
specific lands.
So many lands here.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have lands up and then when we get specifically on stuff. Okay. So then we have Battle for Zendikar in 2015. So 6 years later, we didn't have any, what was the next unset? Yep. No, there was no other unset in between there. And then you had the Amonkhet and then the Hour of Devastation, 2017 through 2017 at the same time. And then is when the unstable basics came in.
Yep.
And I have to say...
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Because that's what it did to me. Like
I like the new button. I appreciate it.
You want to hear it again?
Yeah.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
If you haven't watched Archer, fucking watch Archer. God, that's such a good show.
That's gonna stay. I was like, oh, this has to get it. I was like, how have we not had this one on there for like we've run this show for 5 years and we haven't had my penis.
I mean, we use the GIF every once in a while.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. I have to get this. So Unstable Lands is when that got me. That's when I was
that was Puka Trade for sure.
Yep, that's when I turned everything towards Puka Trade. I want everything I put in towards Puka Trade. Unstable Lands. Give me all the unstable lands you can get. So that was 2017. So 2017 we had 3 different full arts come out, flarts. And then we get into the rise of the secret layers is kind of the next spot of when things started to take off. So up until that point, let's see. So from 98 to 09, we had 3 special land sets, 3 specials from 2010 to 2018. So just after the unstables, we had 3 special. So 3 and 3 within, that was 12 years. This is 8 years, 4 years less. We had 3 in the same. Now we get into secret layer drops. The first one dropped in 2019 at the very end. Really? And then there's only 1 there. 2020, 3, 2021, 4, last year, 7 special land, basic land drops. Okay. That's just secret layers. Sets 2020 Theros, Double Masters, Zendikar Rising, 2021 Innistrad, both sets. So you have 2 there. Kamigawa, Capenna, New Capenna, Dominaria. Oh, sorry. Now I'm jumped into 2022. 21 only had the Innistrad blocks. 2022 is where they had Kamigawa, New Capenna, Dominaria. What do I have? BW. Oh, Brothers War. 3 different Phyrexias 2023, and then mixed in there is unstable. No, what was the other between unstable, unsanctioned? Yes. Unsanctioned was 2020, and Unfinity had in 2022. So from 2019, let me back it up again. 98 to 09, 3. 2010 to 2018, 3. 2019 to 2023, so that's only 4 years, so half of the previous one. 29 different basic land versions of full art versions.
Okay.
So that doesn't include like Dungeons and Dragons had like the writing on the bottom. They were just regular frame stuff, and that doesn't include retro. So you could add those in too if you wanted to. It doesn't include retro.
Because they were
stuff.
doing something unique there too. Because it was the first time Basic Lands had flavor text.
Get out of there.
Was D&D.
Yeah.
And so that is unique in itself.
So you could add all of that in, but I was just mainly going off of, like, as you see here, these are gorgeous. The Dominaria.
Yes.
The Dominaria ones with the stained glass, the unstable one, the unsets. I always love the unset.
Love them.
They haven't, I mean, the unsanctioned ones was the only one that I never like went after, but I still like them. I just never bought that set.
They were just expensive, hard to get
right away. Yeah.
Right away. So yeah, I get that. I agree. I don't, that's one I do not own, but I do like it a lot.
It's on my card sphere list for people to send them to me. Please send them to me.
I just don't think anybody has them.
Yeah, no, because
like you had to buy like an entire box of them for like $30-$40.
Right. That box set in like Walmart for a year and a half. I kept seeing it. Like,
and they gave you only a handful. It wasn't like all the basics in there. It was like a handful.
Yeah. So it was a little more difficult. That's what Unstable was nice, because you got at least one in every pack, and then a foil was like one in every box or every other box or something. But anyways, okay. So that's the breakdown of the basics. Okay, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I've seen plenty of comments that are my feelings. So I'm not gonna be like, I think a lot of us are in the ballpark here of what's going on. And I don't want to do it until the end, but we can keep going.
That was the breaking it down. Now let's start discussing things. Like,
so what's the actual question here?
Are they even special anymore? Because if you back it up to like Zendikar, when I was getting the Zendikar lands, the unstable lands still stay at where they're at. You know, they're $3 to $5 a piece. But I remember going after the Zendikar and the Battle for Zendikar lands, the BFZ lands, when I was doing Puka trade stuff. Those were sitting around, $1 or $2 each. Not anymore, because then they put them in double masters. They put them all over the place. And now we have so many others. Like now those look like garbage to me. Like I don't like the way that those look anymore, because we have all these different land styles. But go ahead.
That's the important part, and we can go back to that.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like art is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at that point, so what the point of the question is it special anymore? If you had those couple other, if you just had a few every 10 years, they all look cool and they all look different because they're fairly unique compared to your full framed basic lands, right? But now you get more and more comparisons to other full arts. You can still enjoy the art from a full framed, but aesthetically for me, I don't want that there. Like I would much prefer the Dominaria United there with still the symbol, but that being the thing, and have it be a concept. It doesn't have to be a different kind of mountain for the literal 342nd time.
Right.
Because I did research too. Just kidding. I made that number.
I think you noticed the laugh right away. I was like,
you liar. You don't do anything. So me, as in me.
You just have it is the Stump the Smith Savant brain. You have the Savant brain. You just
I mean I cared like 10 years ago, and so I just was able to hold on to it. So I can't remember anything else. So.
Here's the thing that I put as a note for you is like, this is actually kind of a good thing in a way. It's a lot of people are pissed about it.
Why? What is the argument against it? Because it doesn't feel special?
Right, because then it's like all these, but that's the thing that's cool about it, actually. If you take a step back, like I will say right away, I'm like, well, I like that. That's my pimping out, because I make proxies. The most expensive card in my deck is a lot of times the basic lands, because I will spend the money to get the foils and pimp out my deck. But the cool thing is by printing so many different styles, so many or whatever, it brings the price down of the overall basic land, which is what your argument was years ago when we had a podcast. We have a podcast, but we had an episode about it, and you're like, I don't get basics. Basics are stupid. Why are people spending money on it? Well, now they look gorgeous. I would spend money on. I want the foils of the Dominaria stained glass ones. But the thing is like, if this was only one of, that they do every couple years, this mountain right here would probably be a $5 to $10 card. But because they print so many, you can get this for $1. It's not, you don't need to spend, you don't need to spend that much money, and you can pimp out each deck differently. I will say that the old border frame, like the regular frame stuff, I hate playing with these. But again, like you said, the eye of the beholder type thing.
I mean, that gets like aggressive. Like sometimes it just doesn't matter, right?
Well,
when we had that discussion during the secret layer,
when
they were doing the basics and you're paying the money, I still don't. I'm not disagreeing with me from 3-4 years ago.
That's good.
Like that makes a ton of sense. Like I'm still intelligent and smart and right from 3-4 years ago. The difference is that it is common, and that no, probably not. It's cheaper. The question really back then was, why would I pay $7 per basic land? That kind of was what it was. Like the Godzilla was kind of what was spurring it, right. And I do kind of regret, because Godzilla's really, really cool.
Those lands.
I still don't know if I really like those arts, but they're really cool.
I liked them a lot. I only have one of them.
I never saw them in person. Right. I never saw them in person, so I don't really know. But I don't feel bad now for paying like $2-ish for a foil for full art if it's something that I like. But like with a secret layer version, I really have to like it. And I like the synthwave lands, and I bought a handful of those.
Yeah.
They're pretty. And then I bought
These
like the death ones right around, like, and I spent $4 on those, like the recent unlands.
And you loved this one, right?
I did not. The new Capenna full arts. I think of it like this though. If they only did one every 4 years and then they decided to do a full art of new Capenna like that,
people would be pissed.
Bomb. Yeah, I'd be like, you're giving me like the worst options. Just give me a regular, like, I'm not going to change.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy cards because of that.
Let's see, I liked,
you know what I mean?
Let's see if I can get this a little bigger here. The Kamigawa lands right here. This one is
those were fantastic.
Amazing. I love how those look in foil. There's the synthwave. Oh, let me minimize this a little bit.
Yeah, the synthwaves are gorgeous. I love them.
Yeah, and so
they're so good.
I kind of like the idea that the secret layers, I like that they keep doing the secret layer ones, because then you can get really special lands. Like those are going to stay expensive. Your synthwave ones, that is not going to go down in price. That is only going to go up in price. And so if people are pissed off with like investing wise or whatever, I just want to, this is the way I pimp my decks out. So I just want more of these, and I don't want to always have, I did at a time there because I really unstable lands. Like I said,
stop. My penis can only get so erect.
That's what it did to me. That's what it does to me. I still see those lands when somebody plays it. I'm just like, oh, unstable lands. That's like, it hits a place here.
Black Horizon saying he'd rather buy 20 synth wave lands than 2 fetches for a deck.
That's a discussion for another week.
I don't disagree.
But I would agree with him, because pimping out
the functionality part of me goes, you're wrong. Go buy fetches. If you don't have
if you don't have it,
maybe that's the concept as well. If you don't it's a pimpage part, right?
Right.
And for me personally, I'm a practical person, unlike Adam, and I zing, just kidding. Very but
I wanted to hit another button, but I don't have one that's ready to go.
You wanted to hit me.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
And you insult me, so bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
But I'm almost practical to a fault, and there is less artistry and beauty in my life because of it. But I want things to work, and so I would go fetches over anything, and then after that start pimping.
Yeah. Well,
and this is, have we, me and number 2 were talking about it on the road, but have we done fetches versus duels in Staple Versus? We did do it. No,
yes.
Same reaction. I think we did it in a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is most important in lands?
I can easily look for it if I look for the thumbnail. Like, that's how I figure it out.
All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't want to do it right now because then it just shows up.
I think we argued about it then as well. So
we've had like at least 2 or 3 times argument, but it wasn't like voting. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Do we need 6 months in between Urabrask and another real fight, or I don't know.
Mom and Dad are fighting. Kind of like Mark and I did at Secret Hitler.
You guys just went off on your own thing.
Oh, man,
everybody else were just like figuring it out, hashing it out, and then you guys come back and what is going on?
And that's what I did. I was
the
like,
right call, and
Lowry and number 2 were buddies. Like,
we
had figured out that number 2 and Lowry were on the same team. I was like, you guys are on a team. David's on the opposite team.
Look,
somebody assassinated David, and so then Mark and I are fighting because I was like, he's like, who are you gonna kill? I was like, well, I'm gonna kill Lowry if he doesn't agree with me, and then if he does it right, then I will kill Trombley because he's annoying the shit out of me. And then I was like, and then Mark's like, well, no, who are you gonna kill? I was like, well, now you, because you're being an asshole.
Right.
And then we fought for a bit, and then he took a couple, like 3 minutes. He was like, I'm sorry, Adam. I was being a dick. I was like, I'm drunk and I need to calm down. I'm more pissed, and I know that I'm overly pissed and I shouldn't be. And then when I came to, I was like, okay, where are we at? And then all of a sudden, Larry's like, I'm picking Mark to be the chancellor.
Right.
And I'm like,
it was so wrong.
What the fuck? What's going on? You and number 2 are buddies.
It's tough. It's not. It doesn't happen a lot, but the fascist won 7 games in a row. Normally it's like 5-2 liberal, but it's the fascists won a lot. It was bad. And that says something, I guess.
It's a good game. It's a good game. Go on, play it.
It's a very good game.
Okay, so what else do I have on here? So Secret Layers, I already talked about that. Great.
Okay, so I do want to go back to when we were going through the timeline, and we both say when Zendikar came out, we were both there, right? Like, it wasn't like Unhinged, Unglued, where it happened before we were really into it. And Zendikar really sucked us into the game because we were kind of casual before that with like Lorwyn, Shards of Alara, and then when Zendikar hit, it was like all fucking in. There was fetches, there was the full art lands, there was the treasures then, which we didn't get, but the full arts were the flarts were
the
good.
Flarts. Yeah,
that was huge in a collection manner. And I think if it was just, if we did not have full arts, we wouldn't be talking about basic lands.
Right.
That's
a good point.
We just wouldn't.
Right.
Like, how many times are we sitting down with Commander product and going, oh, I'd fucking buy all of them if they came out with full art lands that were unique to them.
Oh yeah, that's, you mean to each commander, right? You're saying? Yeah, for sure. To fit what? Well, that's what I did with Yuriko. I went with these right here. The all my not red, obviously, because Yuriko is blue and black, but I went with
Cheater.
Yeah, cheater. And then
the Kamigawa lands.
I had Jacuzzi make me a proxy because he was doing some cool proxies, dual land stuff. And he made me just a special one to fit the style of Yuriko.
You just did it. How'd you do that?
I just minimized. I already made, like, I have it because I was messing with it earlier when we were talking about it. Because I wanted to get your
so
synth
here-
wave on there, so that's when I did it.
Because, with the full framed basics that were forever and still happening, I still don't care. I didn't care then. And now that it feels like there's more oomph into the basic lands with these full arts. And they kind of started doing it with the Jumpstart lands a couple years back, where there was like corgis on it and unicorns and a dragon.
I completely cut those out because I was like, that's an additional, but those aren't full art, but they're different. They're unique, like you were just saying. Like they're a board, the regular border stuff, but they are unique.
And so having a regular mountain on a card, like you can have beautiful art on that, but it doesn't. It's so generic that it doesn't really fit.
Yeah,
like it can't. It's not that it doesn't fit. It's that it fits everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
Right.
To whereas when you start going like that mountain with the dragon on it, like that could be for a dragon deck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The one right down here.
That could work better.
Right.
But like with Kamigawa, that goes with ninjas. I have it with Hinata and Ishin because they're from Kamigawa sets. I love the new Phyrexian full arts.
Yeah. Full
arts. And but also I don't know where to put them. Because they're a lot more
right.
Yeah, there's a lot more thematic part to it, so it's not generic enough to just put everywhere.
You're right.
So a question for you is, what do you have as a basic that if it doesn't necessarily fit, it can fit anywhere, but
you mean
your go-to?
It's the unstables.
I know what it is for you. I just want you to say it.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
That is what I would go to if I have nothing. But there's so many different ones now that has become to the back burner of stuff. Like,
okay,
let me back this up. Really, not back it up, but what if this one right here? What if they made all basics full art? Would that be way too much? Like, this is a fantastic art. Like the mountains there, I love the way this looks. Yeah. But I'm never going to put this in a deck. This is never going in a deck. But if they turn this into borderless, if it was full art so you could see through, so it's more along the lines of this guy or this guy or this guy, I mean, what if they did that with everything? Would that... And I feel like how hard is that for them to do that,
I don't think it's too hard for them to do, but I think what it is too late.
What do you mean too late?
They didn't do that. They did it for the plane that they were doing the standard sets for.
Mm-hmm.
And so it worked for those sets, but Commander wasn't really a thing until...
You're saying that now if they took away, if they started taking this away entirely, Commander wasn't part of... I get what you're saying. So
the theme doesn't matter. It doesn't have to fit anywhere.
So maybe that's why they've ramped up the amount of them that they're making at this point,
potentially,
because they realize that everybody do want different themes. Like if you're playing a vampire deck, you're going to play the vampire secret layer lands. Like,
right.
Why would you not? Like, it just
other than like budget, clearly,
right. Now,
but like
at that point,
if you put a little bit of theme into your like vampire theme version in your Innistrad lands, then people will gravitate towards them. But they didn't really do that.
Right.
They didn't really do it until they started doing the full art lands.
Yep.
And then when they started doing that, they're like, oh, we could do more interesting art or more specific art in our full frame lands. And it was too late. Like you're doing the same thing and you just lose it. Like it doesn't matter.
Mike brings up an interesting point. He said it's about money. And I don't know if that's necessarily the thing. I mean, I think that is with the secret layers per se, but not with like the standard sets. I mean, they're not going. I mean, those lands right when they dropped the Phyrexian all will be one that. But let me scroll up to the. Oh, I got to go previous. These little guys right here. We're going for foils for $2, $3, $4 a piece. Now for foils of these, you can get for under $1 because now they've hit the market. There's been enough opened.
All right.
Yeah. So go out and get those.
But I love them. I don't know where to put them. I'm having another bean.
Well, actually,
it's a Colby bean.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know if you saw it. He said he found us at work podcast. It's great. Just subbed. So that he said, can't wait to keep on listening. But that was the $5. He subbed for us. So that's why the $5 thing popped up.
That's
so
also
Colby, thank you for subbing while we're doing the cast. Because if you become a patron during the cast, that's the reason why you're doing this. Do you want to do the last Malort shot?
We could probably do that too.
Matt Sampson. Oh, what am I eating? Birthday cake.
Not good. You lucky bastard.
Birthday cake. All right. For the third. Man, birthday cake is delicious.
So you're which one was it? On what?
On what?
For your basics.
Oh,
did you want me to do this?
Stop.
Right. That one.
My
that
penis can only get so erect.
Unstable.
All right. I don't need a story, but have you ever just had such a hard boner for so long that your dick just hurts? Like
when you couldn't control your boners, like, I mean, that's controllable at this point. I remember being in school. It's gonna sound bad.
Right.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Oh, yeah.
I really want to.
Don't say it. What did I miss? There was a big string of things.
Let's see. It's about money it sells. There aren't. Mike said they're okay. You saw that. They're worth anything now because they're popular, but they started doing it more because people saw the fulls. Yes,
I think it helps sell packs.
Right. Hey,
I can agree with that because when we're doing like battle boxes, we're able to add in those full art lands and be like, oh, there's a buck or two.
But we wouldn't be able to do that a month after release once all the flooding happens and all that stuff. Now we wouldn't.
I still wouldn't be like, okay, if I got this, that pack's more valuable than one that didn't have it.
Right. They're more sexy.
Like it's more desirable.
So much more sexy. Well, right. I will say they should be doing that more with the bundles or fat packs, whatever. They stopped doing that. There was for a while there they were adding those into those bundles, and now they just go with the basic lands and then the basic lands and those foil, like the regular art, like what I have here. They'll just have this and then this and foil, and it's like, God, that's a garbage.
Huge miss.
Yeah, I would totally freaking buy it if you were putting this in there. Then I would easily buy those, but that's what they're doing. That completed one. This one, you're getting 2 of each color in the oil slick foils, and that's why those, for example, retail price is $80, but they're going for the minimum place I've seen now that who was it that pointed it out on Discord? Walmart had them up for $80. They're back up to $160. Walmart sold out of them. That was a quick little whatever they had up there for a couple days.
It's a quick double up.
Yeah.
You bought a couple. I did not get on my horse and ride it there.
I'm not mad.
I was gonna buy like 2.
Disappointed.
But
Malort it.
All
Last
right.
shot for the night.
Samson.
Man, Samson.
That
was a cool glitch. Your glitch actually showed your face again.
Was it? Maybe Wreck-It Ralph. Getting bad at this. I just like half down the side of my face.
We didn't take any shots this weekend. We just drank beer.
No, we didn't. I was so full.
And probably drank like 10 Captain Cokes. Ugh, this is so gross.
He was so drunk. He slept until fucking 4 the next morning.
The next day.
The next
Not
day.
morning. It was
he didn't go to bed until 4.
To the point where Cindy's texting me, you should go check on Trombley. I was like, well, Jeremy's taking care of him. You should go check on Trombley. It's like, I think Jeremy. And then you went up and you checked on him. I was like, Lowry checked on him. He's okay.
He's okay. He wasn't, but
mom checked on him. He's okay. Sorry, that's I'm calling you mom.
All right.
I don't have much.
I guess some other things, like the ones that I personally use, Synthwave. I do use the Innistrad Midnight Hunt versions.
The black and white.
I don't. Yeah, I
those.
like them at the beginning, but I think they're starting to phase out a little bit for me. I have.
Can I say something with that?
Mm-hmm.
This border now has not become as special to me when it has even this little line.
Oh, wow.
Because they are full art, but they aren't borderless. This is
True.
borderless.
True. Okay.
So there is a difference with these. And if you notice, let's go to the unstables.
Yeah.
Look at the unsets, I should say, not unstables. Oh. All the unsets only have a border down towards the bottom, and then they are full borderless art stuff.
Right.
I picked up 10 of each of these because I think these look sexy as hell, especially with the galaxy foiling and stuff like that.
Right. And so for me, the planetary ones, I was not willing to buy that basic wise, but I did buy the galaxy foils of the lower tier, and they still look gorgeous, and I'm happy with them. Like the planet one might be like too themed also, to whereas like I wouldn't really know where to put them because it's like space themed a little bit. To whereas like the Theros Beyond Death, where everybody said that it was like Pokemon lands.
Mm-hmm.
They don't scream Pokemon to me because I never played
they don't
it.
either to me.
And so they're very generic, but
I love
gorgeous.
I love
and so those along with the ones you really like, the erection ones, those are probably my base.
Wait.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
I have to kill the button because it is a fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I might get I got to keep the but in there. I like the hold on.
Yeah.
My penis.
Because then that would stop me from talking potentially.
That's impossible.
Kinda. I'm sorry about the weekend. I talked a lot.
No, you didn't.
And so I personally am happy that they're doing it. I hope they continue doing it. I really it's made me care about them because
what?
Right. Now that I'm not paying $4 or $5 per,
and that was my big point was for Lowry. This is good because that was your biggest problem with it before was I don't want to pay $4 or $5 on a basic land when I can use that money and buy cards that I need for my toolbox.
Right.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. And my argument then was we proxy everything out that's over $5 that we buy the one copy or I don't know what your level is anymore, if it's 5 or 10, but it goes in my toolbox collection. And so then I spend most of my money on the basic lands. That is the heart of my deck. The most expensive part of my deck is basics at this point. Now that's gone down because it's like they're printing so much. It's fantastic. And I can use different ones for different decks. And it makes it more enjoyable to see different stuff.
And so for me, like I'm happy when I like an art, if I'm spending, essentially $2 per color, $2 to $3 per color, I'm happy spending $15 to $20 on basics that I feel like I'm going to use versus like ones that I really want, but spending goddamn $100 on it.
Right.
When you're sitting there going, I'm willing to spend $15, $20 on basics for a bit of variation within my decks, but I'm not willing to spend, when it comes to the secret layers, if you want ratio wise, let's go off this. Me personally, I buy either 4 or 6 of the basic lands.
Mm-hmm.
And so because if they're worth anything, but so for me, I generally aim for about 6 or 12 basic lands in a deck. And so if I get 6, that means that I can have
2 color decks pretty easily.
Two color decks filled out with that, and then 1 color left out. It doesn't matter because eventually I rotate it, it works. Or if I go 4 of each color, that means I can do 1 3-color deck with it.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, it doesn't get played out. Number 2, I'm not spending a ton of money on it. Number 3, works with number 1, more variation within the colors of the deck. And so that's kind of how I go. And especially now that they're like making a lot more, I feel like I'm going to use a lot more.
Right.
Because back when the original with Unglued, before they started all this craziness, I had the diamond with the brown huge borders. I have that as my mountains.
Good for you.
Mountains, plains, and swamps. And I only got the cheap ones because the forest and the islands were $4, $5, $6 a piece. And I was like, I'll get them for like $2, $3. And I had the unglued ones, and I overpaid for them. I overpaid for them for sure. And I traded them away when they came out in the Double Masters. The first one.
Yeah.
Yep. Trade those away, picked up the same ones, more of them, and it works.
Right.
And so 4 to 6, in my opinion, is what I get. What do you get?
I was gonna say, like, I'm such a symmetrics kind of person. I try to shoot for 10. I'm like 10 of each. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Do you have a reason for that?
It's in the head, it's like 10 is a nice even number. Yours makes more sense. I will admit that. But like for some reason, 10, like on Card Sphere, that's what I put in. I'm like, I want 10 of each of these in foil, 10 of these and each of these in foil. That's where I get most of mine, besides opening them, is Card Sphere. I trade all my bulk, rare, extra shit away, and my main thing I'm asking for is special basics. So I'm kind of doing the same thing that I did with Puka. Yeah. And I get like my account drains as soon as there's money in there,
because everybody wants to give you basic plans,
right? But I get them for fucking cheap.
Right.
I don't have to spend money on them. I'm throwing away stuff that I don't want.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I get all the basics. That's why I'm saying I have stacks of, and they're all foil.
Right.
I only go for the foils and now that it's not so special anymore, I can go for the foils.
So technically the initial question is, are they special anymore? Technically not.
Right.
Technically they're not special. But at the same time, I'd say it has made basic lands special.
Right.
And more workable, more careable, more money making. I think closing it out, in my opinions, it was a good way to go.
Not just your
opinions. I mean, there's a lot of it, but there's plenty there.
It's you and the
I think it's the right thing. I think that's what they should do. I think it's very smart marketing wise to keep full frame around as well.
Yeah. Because
it leaves a comparison to what it used to be. And then you can just be like, you know what? I do. It's that ugly chick thing, like where there's always like a super pretty gal that keeps a really ugly friend. Or like a mediocre gal that like keeps an ugly friend. You're like that. It's no matter what.
Like, so hot because that girl is.
Right. Let's go to New Capenna.
Make basic lands great again, is what Black Horizon said. Make basic.
Make that hat.
What is that? MBLGA.
MBLGA. Order it from China. Have it be blue though.
Actually, I'm writing this down as a T-shirt idea. Except people might actually think MBLGA.
So, but I think the big thing though is think of New Capenna. I couldn't even, they had full frame and they had the full art. I don't like the full art, but I couldn't even tell you what the full framed basics are. I don't even care about them one iota. And I at least dislike the New Capenna full arts. if that makes sense. Are you going to make a hat? Is that SmithCon number 3, like year 3? Is that what's going to happen?
It's not MAGA. It's Mabulaga. Mabulaga. Make basic lands great again.
Oh no.
I have to circle it, so
it has to be a different color.
Yes, no, it's not going to be red.
Like at least magenta.
I was going to say, I could even make it blue, so it really goes against what MAGA is. Mablaga. Mablaga. There's no Bulga. Mablaga.
Yeah. Okay. So red for the mountain. All right. Fine. I'm good though. You have anything else you want to say?
The last thing I'll say is I like that they're putting them more and more in standard sets.
Yes. Yes.
Secret layers will always be a little bit more expensive because they're limited time. And I kind of like that aspect to them too. You know, like I do like that Secret Lair has their own little bit. They have done the most because, like I said, 7, 11, 14, 15.
I mean, there's only so many standard sets that come out in a year.
Exactly. Yeah. And Secret Lairs are like crazy. But there's been 15 Secret Lairs done. And we've had.
I would still complain about the basics if they were only Secret Lair. Like, I'm just not going to spend. Because again, I want the 4 or the 6, but if I'm going to spend $40 per,
but people will. That's the thing is with those.
I'm not saying that people won't,
because I will say the Godzilla lands are 20.
I won't unless it's incredibly specific to what I am. Now I'm like, I kind of like that, and then I spend money.
So I'm a Secret Lair snob. With the basics, those I only have for the collection. I have no deck that has Secret Lair lands in them. All my decks are standard or unstable or, special sets, but they are not Secret Lair because, like you're saying right there, they're too expensive. But there are whales, like people that are really fond of those things. They will spend that amount of money on that. And that's, I like that they keep putting those in there, but the more and more they put those in there, my break point that I put in there of saying non-foils are around 10, eventually foils are 20, that keeps going down and down. Every time they put them in, I think you're going to probably look at 5 to 10 instead of 10 to 20. It's going to half it,
Well, I think one thing that you need to, like, as a company, Wizards, talking to you specifically, because I know you listen. I think I'm, I claim that I am cheap and poor and stuff like that, but I spend a ton of money and resources on Magic.
What?
We run a podcast. You're right. And I'm still, but I feel like if you're not going to cater to at least my level and you're going higher, you better be able to figure out where you're at, because there's going to be like that what's that thing that they tried selling, the 30th anniversary thing that was like 4 packs for $1,000. Like you're talking about like what's that?
I think it was 3, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Might be right,
but
whatever.
It's like that's you're catering to the 1% of the 1%. Like if we're talking about this like economy American wise, and I'm gonna be Bernie Sanders. Let's fuck the 1% of the 1%. Like let's make them pay taxes. And so if you're going to cater to them, that's okay, but you don't want to do that a lot. And so, I think it's okay to do it with the Secret Lairs for the people that have the money to do it, but also giving like those different levels, even within standard sets. When we're talking about like, okay, you used to have just the regular card, then you have the alt art, which is almost the same price at this point. But then you also have foils of both of those. You have the Planeswalker promo stamp, You have
Well, now you're getting into another topic that we can do.
we can do, but okay, I'll leave it at that. But when you're doing that with lands too, like if you're making it too expensive to buy awesome or very cool basic lands, then they don't matter. You're not making money actually because not enough people are going to buy it for that reason with the secret layers.
Right. But people will.
I mean, but how many? That's the question is, do they sell more packs because of putting full arts in the standard sets, or do they make more money putting it in the secret layers?
Right.
And I would bet they make more money putting it in the standard sets now.
Yeah.
Because even if you open a pack, because they have those duds.
3 special basic lands in one set.
We're talking about right now.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This was kind of ridiculous. Like, really? You have 3 different, like, give one with different arts, not 3 different ones and like completely different
oil
ones.
slick is really hard to get. I might never see it.
Well, but
like,
I'll
never own one.
that. But the thing is like, why 3? Like,
I don't know, because it's cool, man. It's cool. Maybe they're just testing the waters. I don't know.
This is the first time they've done. They didn't go from. This is the first time they've done more than 1. Like this is the first time they've gone from.
Right.
We're not even going to do 2. We're going to 3. It's like, okay, we're just going to skip a step. We're not even going to test these waters. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I like it. The more, the merrier. It's good. But
good joke from Black Horizon. So you're saying there should be a universal basic land program, and that's good. That's good.
It's going on your Bernie stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Vote me in over Morrow. No, actually, okay, so one thing that Morrow said.
Fuck, we're going to go over 2 hours. I said we wouldn't go over 2 hours. We're going to go fucking
you
2
liar.
hours. We talked about basic lands for an hour. We're talking about basic.
So Morrow
lands.
did
not
say
a game,
they
basic lands, not a game.
Somebody did ask about making full art lands more common, and on his Tumblr or wherever the fuck, his opinion was, if we do it too often, it won't be special, and then people won't care about it.
29 basic land special arts in the last 4 years.
And I think 29. He's right in a sense when it comes to like New Capenna, Amonkhet. Like, I don't give a fuck about them.
New Capenna are really ugly. I agree with you on those. Those are really ugly.
But some people might like that aesthetic. And so when you have, and maybe I don't know if I've said this, but this is the part where I saw plenty of people talk about in the chat or on the Discords. I like the options.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have these options because I care about them. The full arts I did not care about.
But
and if they took away
now,
right, that's the whole point. So we can say that New Capenna isn't special, but I at least care about my basics now.
Oh, they
and so thusly it's much
from,
more
2 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
It's much more special than it was 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, no, definitely, because there was a different conversation. If you guys back it up, I don't even remember when we had that conversation, but we had a basic land thing where it was just like it was pimpage. I think if you do a search for pimpage, that's where you were like, I don't spend anything on that. But the nice thing now is you don't have to. Mm-hmm. There's pimpage, and we get all these different arts of everything. Okay, we're just kind of repeating it, and I don't want to go over anymore with that stuff.
Let's have a bean.
Was there how many? What are we at right now for beans?
My running slogan as Bernie Sanders is, I at least care.
And he's got to head out too. He just said,
Night Horizon.
Thanks for sticking around, Black Horizon.
That's good. All right.
Is this our 5th bean?
Nope, 4th.
God damn it.
Yep. So I pulled out 5 right away. So I'm gonna have a brown one, which is really scary. I don't think I've had a brown one with white speckles. It looks like a little baby bird egg.
I can't get any of these to pop up. Come on.
Seems convenient.
Oh, I got 2 of the same color. One's going to be toothpaste and one's going to be blueberry. So I'm lucky.
All right. Here's the Kobe bean.
Beep.
Thank you.
Toothpaste.
Thank you for supporting the show.
I just brushed my teeth.
This is also bad. Oh, I do remember this taste. Oh, this. I think this one's like spider eggs or something.
Spider eggs? That's not on there. Spider eggs.
Stink bug. That's what it is.
Spider eggs.
It's so bad. It's bad.
I'm like ripping you, but I mean, it's not that different. Stink bugs, spider eggs, same thing. All right, let's get into our last segment here. Where are we at? We're at slideshows. There we go.
Year 5 is the year of 2-hour podcasts.
And can I just play this one more time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Love it.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
What the fuck do you have on your head?
I have the crown. I won this one.
What the fuck do you have on your head? Get that
I won
off
this
of
one.
there. What,
Don't
you
worry
don't
about
even
it.
know.
Look,
All right.
no, it doesn't even matter what they vote. I saw the most amount of comments going, I don't run Voice of Hunger because it's so fucking mean. And people going, I thought it was banned. And that's how crazy this card is. It's so mean. People won't.
That's not how this works. That's
I
not
understand.
how any of this
but
works.
I count it as a win.
You sound like
count
the
it as a
old
win.
lady on that commercial where she
I'm
goes,
a man.
I
I'm a
am
man.
going to
I'm a
like
man.
your post. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. We vote in this this system here. We had Vorinclex, Voice of Hunger, going against Vorinclex, Monstrous Raider. Which one do you think actually won?
I'm gonna say Monstrous Raider because it's not as mean of a card. I'm being dead serious. I have never seen so many comments going, I just will get people will hate me if I run Voice of Hunger, the old Vorinclex. I will say that this was the most voting we've ever had. Voice of Hunger versus Monstrous Raider on Discord, 50-50. Wow.
50%.
Miss you.
Right down the middle.
Right. 50% right down the middle. 4-4. Okay.
That's not good for you. It's Discord. Discord already has a bias for you, Lowry. Twitter votes. Now, like I said, this was record voting, but Twitter still is less than Discord this week. 56% of the votes went for Voice of Hunger.
Okay.
Oh wait, you know what? Nope.
This week I like Twitter.
Nope.
Good job,
sorry.
Twitter.
Sorry. I misspoke.
Oh, you're a liar. All right.
Sorry. Monstrous Raider. I've been drinking. I apologize. I'm going to have another sip. And then we move on to YouTube, which had an insane amount of votes there. 64% of the votes went for Monstrous Raider. So take your crown off, Lowry.
Right.
Throw my hat off.
I'm just going to make the point.
The total was
Voice of Hunger
61.
is better. This is Truth Serum. It's a better card.
No, it's
but it's
not.
so goddamn mean that people choose not to run it. That's exactly what's going on. I'm right.
Your Truth Serum is not working. 61% of the votes.
It's truth.
The total for the entire thing. So Monstrous Raider wins that one. All right. So this week, what do we have as our staple verses, Lowry?
All right, we have the Sheoldreds. Why I can't read mine if it's in Phyrexian?
You lose.
You know I don't know what it actually says.
You know I don't speak Chinese.
You know I hate. No, they're not the Phyrexian. That's potentially bad in the coming year of World War III.
If you can't read it, then you can't vote for it. No, I got a second one for you. There.
All right, Sheoldred the Whispering. Oh, you knew this was going to happen. Holy shit. Am I in the Matrix? All right, Whispering one, 5 black. It's a 6/6 Swamp Walk. At the beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature. which is so good.
Is it really?
All right, what? Shush. Oh, what do you have?
Did you even finish the rest of your card? Is there more to it? Because I would hope there's more. If there's
It's
not
a
more.
Phyrexian Praetor. What do you want?
My sweet ass art for this this nice.
Are you using your proxy art?
Yes.
Look at you.
Yes, I am, and I use.
Maybe you should do that from now on. That's actually a really good idea.
I use Phyrexian for
PT
you,
dollars.
and then use the proxy. If
you have a proxy of the card, you should just use it as
what
the art.
That's what
That's a
but
great
a lot of
idea.
times I don't have it if we're doing
Okay.
newer stuff. So so Sheoldred the Apocalypse. This is 2 and 2 black. So whoa, holy shit! We are cutting off 3 colorless mana off that. Okay,
Right. Not a big deal with artifact mana, but go ahead.
we know how Death Touch does because this gal's a 4/5 Death Touch. Death Touch pretty
Right.
brutal.
It's a
right?
great blocker. It's not going to kill people.
It isn't.
I mean, not the death part.
Okay.
Not the death touch
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Okay. So what do we like to do when we don't tutor, right?
Right.
So what's the next best thing for us for tutoring? What helps us, right? With not tutoring.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Drawing is the
glitching.
The glitch.
It's glitching.
I did see you glitch there. I see what you're talking about there.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I
Just
got
keep
you.
going. Don't worry about me.
All right. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Oh, that's
Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty good.
a nice bonus. I mean, that's
That
what
seems pretty good.
what we like to do with our decks is draw cards because it's the best way to get what
Okay.
your deck's doing. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, there's a second part.
Really?
Whenever an opponent
My
draws
mic
a
is
card,
not really working. Hold on.
Whenever
Go
you sound like the gal from Mad TV.
I'm trying to hear myself. I can't. Go ahead. Don't worry about me.
you're-
I'm just testing stuff.
you're
Okay.
breaking up.
And no, I'm
Okay.
just going to test it until I can hear it in
Okay.
my headphones.
Whenever your
so
opponent
go ahead. Don't worry about
draws
it.
a
I'm
card,
sure that it's not like affecting
they
anything
lose 2
right
life.
now. And so, what? Get a life? That's offensive. Look, we're not even into like the arguing part here. Yeah.
Whenever your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. There we go. Got it.
Are you trying to skip that because it's a bad part? I can't.
This is probably the most like I'd like to just mic drop and not really say anything.
You feel like you
I
could
was-
do that every week.
No,
That's fine.
no,
you can
no.
try and do that.
No, we are 2 and 2 on these Praetors. So this is the determining factor, which means let me do a prediction. Discord is going to vote for Lowry to win this one. Twitter is going to have barely any votes, and YouTube is going to fucking crush because this Sheoldred.
Because they don't actually listen to the show. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly, because they just vote.
YouTube's a bunch of fucking cheaters.
YouTube just sees a voting thing and they're like, oh, this is the better card. This is
Right.
the better
They don't
card.
even do the bit. They don't even.
They just subscribe like we told them to do, and then
Right.
they go.
How good are you at attacking? See, look at Renshai. Look at this, my man, man.
Your value of cards of it has gone down to my.
He's a
book.
good
I'm
player.
sorry.
His deck's prime. And
Why does he always lose then?
wow, wow, because he's nice. He's a nice person, like to the core.
What do people do in their decks? They're drawing, right?
What do they do? That's a good question.
So
like tutor, most people tutor, which
here's the
means they
thing.
don't have to draw as much.
Your Sheoldred has been out for 12 years, right?
Yes.
How many commander decks do you think it's? Do you think it's even over 1,000?
I mean, it was really expensive for a while. Yes, it's over 1,000.
It is not.
It's
not because you can't build around it very easily because it's 7. It's 7 mana to come out. 7.
Okay. What about that? 7. I'm glad that you can count that high. That's
my
fine.
Sheoldred is almost in 4,000 EDH rec decks.
That's
How
really
long
not
has it
that
been
much
out?
either.
Oh, it's only been out for like half a year. I mean,
No, probably like 3 months.
I was giving you. I'm adding.
Right. What
I'm
about
helping you out, brother.
And I doubt it's going to move much as well. Same
It's
thing
the
with
most
old
expensive.
Sheoldred.
It's the most expensive Praetor out of the new ones because it's the best one. Like we could do a staple versus this one against all the Praetors.
No, I mean, like it's probably
it's
really good
the
in
best
standard.
one.
That's what happens is because it's
really good in standard.
It's
because it's in
right.
4,000 EDH Rectex. How many months has it been out? You correct me. What is it?
Like 8. Here. This is my voting slogan. This is my voting slogan is vote Sheoldred, the old Sheoldred. Vote that way.
Look at the art on that. Like you can't even read the card. Like how? What?
I mean, if you buy or if you bought the Beatles and Grimm, you can translate Phyrexian to English.
It's still for sale, by the way. That whole
it's still it did not do well.
Didn't sell out.
It didn't. They only had 7,000. Oh, rough.
Yeah.
Fucking rough.
Ruh-roh.
That's not good.
Well, I guess the least amount that is out there, the more expensive the ones that are there because there's less of them, I guess.
That's kind of
But
true.
there's
Probably
one
similar
card?
to Sheoldred.
Oh.
Yeah, the new Sheoldred, just not that much out there. And so people are like, I can't, it's going to be expensive to buy, I guess, because nobody wants it. That's probably what's going on.
The year Sheoldred, like it's 7
No,
mana.
Sheoldred.
Yeah, she's the old one.
Sheoldred.
She doesn't even do anything when you drop her down. There's no.
What do you mean? When you say go, they sacrifice a creature. And if they don't have a creature, you're winning the game. Maybe. Slowly.
For 7,
like they can't just
don't
play a creature when there's no creatures on the board.
If you're
They're
at
just done.
7, if you're dropping this for 7, they better have creatures. There better be things going on. Like, I mean, scenarios. Yes, I understand that.
What do you mean scenarios?
But my Sheoldred is you draw
is that a
cards.
new show on CBS or something?
You draw cards. You can build around this deck. Like she could be your commander. She could be in the 99. She could be everywhere. She's in your dreams. She's in your thoughts. She's everywhere.
Is she Freddy Krueger?
She's
what's going on?
only a 4-drop for a 4/5 death touch. Like that alone is like
death touch doesn't mean anything. It means nothing on her specifically.
You're a liar. Yes, on her specifically, but death touch is amazing. We have talked about this.
Right.
It's one of your favorite mechanics.
It's okay.
It's
you mean
probably it was
when
at
you
the
say
top
amazing, you mean like
Didn't you draft
Labyrinth?
Death Touch?
Amazing.
I'm
if
pretty
we're just
sure
running with this joke
I'm
idea
pretty
here.
sure you drafted Death Touch as your top keyword abilities.
Pretty sure I might have.
I think it might even been like 4 or 5.
You're the one that came up with the thumbnails. I don't. I'm here and then it happens. And
then we go away.
It goes away.
Shit.
Why am I supposed to remember
2
this
hours.
stuff?
It's 1 hour and 59. Damn it.
Are you gonna cut
damn
this?
it.
That's fine. Vote Sheoldred.
Do you have any more arguments? Because I really
Thanks for listening. See you later.
Wait.
Bye. We gotta take another bean.
Stop. My penis can only get so erect.
Is it because of the old Sheoldred? Old cards get you hard.
Thank you, buddy. All right. You
Kobe,
guys,
thanks for that last bean.
that one is toothpaste as well. All right. I don't have to brush my teeth tonight.
That's not good either. What the fuck? I had like one good one. That's enough.
I seriously thought you were reaching back for a Malort bottle because you have them right in front. You reach back and was like,
mouth.
"Oh God, these beans are disgusting." All right, you guys can vote for this on the community tab. You can vote for this on Twitter. You can vote for this on the Discord. We will announce the winners next week. Next week,
that's dead fish. This
next
fucking
week,
awful.
Reminder. It is the 3 Mono Rock tournament, so send your suggestions in on this video, and we will add those into the draft, and that'll be pretty much the episode next week, besides our little regular bits and all that. We won't have Staple Versus because of that, but we will have Stump the Smith Savant. So, All right. Thank you guys for donating. Thank you guys for joining. God,
Joinating.
That should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Peekaboo.
Lord.
Look, I feel really bad for the dentist tomorrow. Like, fuck.
He's gonna be like, "What's that smell?" And you're like, "You ever had my lord?"
Which one? Is it the dead fish jelly bean that you smell that I didn't pick out of my teeth last night?
Or was it the pizza farts that I had from this week?
Or was it the pizza parts that I ate this week?
Can you set up your phone in the corner and just record just new TikTok video? Lowry kills the dentist.